girl jump scare. Hey, it's Avy Cat. Even if you've been playing Final Fantasy XIV for a really long time, there's a high chance there are some quality of life tricks you haven't heard about yet. And that's nothing to be ashamed of, there's just so much content in this game. Even if you play every single day, you will miss out some of the details. Well, don't worry, cause I'm here to blow your mind and make you feel like a complete idiot. When I first found out some of these tricks, I died a little bit of inside, cause they make your gameplay so much smoother. I wish I knew these earlier. I hope my list of tips and tricks will have the same effect on you. And without further ado, let's start with one of my favorites. Targeting enemies in 14 can be a tiny bit hard to get used to when you're first starting. Even if you've been playing for a while, it can still be a pain in the tail sometimes. You'll have to constantly use your tap targeting to cycle through enemies. There are even some people who use their mouse for it. Cause again, it takes some time to get used to. And it can be frustrating to target every single mob except for the one you want to target. Also, if you kill the enemy or accidentally click away from your target, you'll get an error message on your screen instead of attacking. There is actually an option to change this in the settings. If you go to character configuration, control settings, and then to target, you'll find an option to enable auto target. Make sure to check these two boxes. And for the priority options, you can choose line of sight or closest range. I prefer line of sight, but you can try it out for yourself and see which one you're more comfortable with. What this option does is, if you're not targeting the enemy while attacking, it will automatically target it for you. You won't get any error messages, and most importantly, you won't lose any DPS. Yes, I'm encouraging you to be greedy. Now go commit some war crimes. Don't you just hate it when you try to teleport but the game doesn't let you? You can't use teleportation while in combat. Let's say you hit a training dummy and now you're stuck. Did you know there's actually an easy way to get rid of that enmity? All you have to do is to target the enemy and right-click the HP bar. You'll find an option to reset striking dummy enmity there. It saves so much time and sanity. Once you reset all of the striking dummies, you are free to teleport. Now that you have your auto-target set, it's time for combat. The next thing in my list is the most game-changing quality of life trick that everyone should know. If you have the battle effects settings on for every character in game, you should change that immediately. Once you queue into the 24-man raids with those effects on, it's impossible to see the boss. If you have them on, you won't see the attacks, you won't see the AoEs, you won't even see your own character sometimes. It turns your screen into a big shiny lamp and you don't want that. I died like 5 times trying to get this footage. I'm really sorry if you were in the same raid with me. Unless you want to torture your eyes and your PC more, you should limit all the battle effects for other characters. It will get rid of all the unnecessary clutter on your screen so you can actually see what's going on. You can also disable battle effects entirely, but I prefer to keep them on so I can see my healer bubbles and other useful skills on my screen. You can change this if you go to the character configuration, control settings, character, and battle effects settings. I don't know how I played with those effects on for so long in the past. As soon as I turned these off, I was suddenly a better player. It was like enlightenment but in reverse. Are you a button masher? So am I. If you're one of those people who torture their keyboards, then you must be familiar with this sound. It drives you insane. Just to not hear that, I played without my system sounds for so long. I didn't know you could turn it off just until recently. You can turn off both the error messages and the sound just by typing these commands in your chat box. And you won't have to hear that annoying sound in your ear anymore. It's especially good to turn it off if you're streaming your game on Twitch, or just to your friends even. Cause after a while you get used to that sound, but everyone else will be still hearing it. Those pop-up messages can also be very distracting for the viewers. And overall, it's just less clutter on your screen. My inventory might be messy, but I like to keep my screen clean. Another useful thing you can use in combat is the focus target feature. You can set a keybind to focus on a target. This can be a party member, an NPC, or an enemy. I find this feature especially useful as a healer, cause sometimes during the extreme trials I have to target the party members to heal them. I don't always have someone with me to call out for the attacks, so it feels good to have the boss's casting bar on my screen at all times. I think this feature is super useful when you're first learning extreme or savage content, cause you know, so many people die in learning runs. You'll be targeting away from the boss very often. You don't wanna die while trying to rescue other people. Trust me, I tried it, it's not that fun. But enough with the talk of combat right now. Let's talk about the true endgame of Final Fantasy XIV. Glamour. Did you know you can link your glamour plates to your gear set? Using job-specific gear items can make your glamours look unique, but whenever you switch to another job, your glamour plate will look broken. If you link a glamour plate to your gear set, it will change your glamour automatically automatically whenever you switch jobs. You won't ever have to worry about broken Glamour plates anymore. All you have to do is to right-click on the gear set and choose Link Glamour plate. You can also drag your gear sets to your hotbar, and you can change your Glamour with only one click. You can get so creative and create user macros with these. You might have seen people using macros dancing around the main cities. That's how they do it. Are you a lazy crafter? Or maybe you're not even a crafter at all, you just want to level up your crafters. It's so satisfying to see all those big numbers in your profile. Then you must be already familiar with the Grand Company turn-ins. Once a day, you can talk to your Grand Company officer and undertake supply provision missions. It doesn't even require you to do the crafting, you can just buy these items from the marketplace if you're lazy. It gives you so much experience and even some extra experience if you turn in high quality items. If you're using this feature often, what I'm gonna show you is gonna save so much time for you. You don't have to go to your Grand Company to see the required items every day. You can just go to your timers and left click on the next mission allowance to see what items you need to buy or craft. This feature also works for custom deliveries, fashion report, adventure squadron, and dominant club. You can check these wherever and whenever you want to. You don't have to go there. The next trick might sound so simple, but you'd be surprised how many people don't know about this yet. When you're returning quest items, you can right click on the item to quickly choose it. You don't have to find it in your inventory and drag it all the way there. It's way faster and easier this way. This is one of those things I found out recently, and I've been playing for about 6 years. My life was a lie. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV, where you never stop learning. Alright, time to talk about my favorite chat commands. Did you know there's a dice feature in this game? And you can customize it the way you want to. Let's say you're a role player and having a campaigning game. You can easily roll a 20-sided dice by typing /random20 in chat. You can change this number however you want and it should still work. You can also create a dice button for your hotbar just by using user macros. All you have to do is to go to user macros and put the command in there. Then you can choose the dice icon to go with it. Congratulations, now you have a dice button. Another useful chat command is echo. Sometimes you need to take a note but you don't have any pen or paper near you. By using /echo, you can send a message only you can see. I usually use this when I'm collecting crafting materials or other items I need to buy. I type /echo, then link the item I need, then I can quickly access it whenever I want to. You can use this for anything really, it's such a useful command to know. It's like sticky notes for your screen but better. Have you ever struggled to keep up with the chat in a crowded area in game? Final Fantasy XIV is an extremely social game. That means the chat is gonna move so fast sometimes. Especially if you like hanging out in crowded venues and city-states, you might miss messages from your friends because the chat is moving too fast. Did you know there's a way to avoid this? Well, not avoid maybe, but it definitely makes it easier to see your friends' messages. If you go to your friends list and right-click on one of your friends' names, you'll find an option to assign a friend group. When you assign a friend group, you'll see that tiny symbol in front of their names whenever they type something. It makes it harder to miss their messages in the chat. You can also see how long you've been friends with that person in that same window. It's a cool little detail to have. And that's the end of my list for now. I hope it was useful to you. There were just too many small but important tips that make the game better. There's no way I could fit everything in a single video, so I might eventually make a part 2 of this. Do you know any other quality of life tricks? Feel free to comment down below and share it with all of us. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content. I hope you have an amazing week, and as always, I'll see you in my next video. Stay cozy!